Hello, today we're going to be working on some Volkswagen carburetors. We got a carb rebuild kit. This is not a how-to, we're just going to be demonstrating how we're going to rebuild them. We've never done this before, so this might be useful if you've never done it before too and you just need like someone to go along with. Yeah.
So we went ahead and got a carb rebuild kit from jbugs.com. I think it works for 28 pick 1 through like 32 pick 4 or something like that.
Something like that.
Comes with a bunch of different gaskets for the like the float bowl and a float, fuel filter, diaphragm, and a couple other things. So we're just gonna go ahead and tear apart the carburetor real quick. Kind of get everything separated. Try to remember where everything goes. For this, you're gonna need an 8mm. Was it an 8 or a 6mm Allen wrench?
You're not going to need that for. So this was off of a dual port, and we only run single ports on our Volkswagens, and so you're not going to need this. This is just like a preliminary because we had just a box of old carbs. So yeah, you're not really going to need an 8mm carb or an 8mm.
You will need a flathead screwdriver though, and possibly a pair of pliers along with some sort of cleaning agent, maybe some kind of like wire brushes or something like that. So we'll just go ahead and give you guys a little bit closer look as we tear it apart. All right, guys. So we got the carb all kind of laid out. We took that little extra little port off.
Yeah.
We're laying everything out in a couple of little magnetic trays. So we're gonna continue on.
Yeah. So most of what we're gonna be doing is just cleaning, disassembling everything, cleaning, and reassembling everything. You can see right there. Yeah.
All right, so we got all these parts here. All right, so looking at the carb, looks like we need to take off. Should actually be able to. All right, we should be able to just straight away just separate this upper housing from this lower housing. With these, it looks like little 8mm bolts. You can also use a flathead, looks like. There's 5 of them. So this will be the first time I actually get to use this screwdriver. Oh, those are not very tight.
Well, that's what we get. Yeah, so we're rebuilding this carb because, I don't know, we just wanted to. Cameron and I have been thinking of getting like a really beat up old VW Bug just as a fun car, and I have a bunch of Volkswagen parts. This was in a box somewhere. Yeah, so some things to look for when we're trying to rebuild a carb. Here's another one for demonstration that came off my bus. You want this to move pretty freely. One of the reasons people get new carbs is this has like some play in it, or the bushing or something is way loose or way too tight or something. And so you kind of just lose the ability to, it just stops working, like leaks and stuff.
All right, so if we look, we see we have a float. It's on a little hinge with a pin. So we're gonna just kind of set that off to the side together. You have your jet here, and I think this is another jet. So this is like kind of your main float bowl. So let's sit down like this, and then up here you have the gasket that we're going to be replacing, one of the main gaskets, and I think underneath this should be, so you just have, this is kind of like the pickup from the fuel tank. This is your throttle plate, and then in here we should have the diaphragm, I believe. Could be wrong. Yeah, this usually sits like this. So we're going to go ahead and take the rest of this apart. We're going to pay attention to what gaskets we're going to be replacing along with the floats and everything to match them up to the parts in the repair kit, because there's 2 different types of float and 2 or 3 different types of like main gasket. So we're going to go ahead and get them all laid out and keep tearing it apart.
Yeah.
So
the main thing once it's all torn apart is to just start vigorously cleaning it.
Yes.
Put these in there. Small.
Oh, it's a little spring loaded. So that goes like that.
I'm gonna move it over here and try to make it more easy to see. Spring loaded. What is that spring?
It goes like this. So basically, it goes like that. So we'll just leave it like that.
I see.
Alrighty. It says a couple of retaining rings, so I'm just gonna take this bolt off.
Don't torque on it right now. Yeah, that's what's holding on. Cool. Awesome sauce.
Looks like it's all keyed. There's a oval. The washer goes on top. Then the nut. So we're just gonna set that off to the side. Okay. Alrighty. So this is basically completely taken apart.
Yeah, there's a few springs and stuff in there.
Because you have your little idle screw right here.
Right.
You have your jet here. So we're gonna look through.
Should we just start cleaning?
Yeah. So if you want to start cleaning this stuff, I think
This part off.
this has to have a couple pieces come off of it. But this I think is ready to clean
I'll start
for
cleaning
our purpose. We might have to take this bolt out at some point. It looks like about a 14, but should a couple more flatheads. Really won't need that gasket anymore.
Yeah, probably not. Probably get a new gasket. It seems to be rust or some discoloration inside the bowl.
Yeah, probably a little bit of water got in there. It's no big deal, especially since we're redoing everything. I've seen much worse.
Carb choke cleaner in a closed garage.
Yep, no better way.
And get some steel wool. Gently cleaned out. I can't wait for the
This
comments.
has a little kind of rotation spring in there. So that gets hooked behind this little lever here. This is coming out. Open this kit, look through, see what we need so far.
Can't wait for the comments that are like, "Oh, these guys don't know what they're doing." It's like,
all right, so it looks like we have two different size intake gaskets. I think we need the smaller one. And then we have 4 different sized kind of main gaskets. So we're just going to go ahead with this smallest one, I believe. Yeah, the smallest one. So, and that one. And then I'm going to go ahead with this new black choke. And then it looks like we have a replacement for, if you turn it over.
What?
Or wait, no, hold on. We have a replacement for this. And then we have a replacement for, looks like a couple different springs. Oops, we'll have to keep looking. Looks like we have a replacement for the gasket underneath. So, and then this spring, I don't think we'll need this one, but we do need this spring and this one.
the triangle one?
Yeah, I don't think we need the triangle one.
Wasn't there?
Oh, yeah, there is one. Okay, yeah. So we might need this one as well. So we're going to put these for here. So new pieces. And then this will go over here. These will all go off to the side. This is that other bowl I was talking about. The black one and then the wider one. This one probably goes on just like a larger carb. A couple different springs. Another gasket. Spacer.
you have Q-tips?
We do. They're like upstairs.
You want to go get them?
Yeah, hold on. Let me take this off.
All right.
So it has a little tiny spring in it. And then this is going to be that triangular piece.
Let's make sure we know which way that came off, because this has a certain direction on it.
So it has a little alignment pin.
But
this one looks a little bit different.
2 directions. It is a little different, yeah.
We'll have to see how this kind of keyed part on the inside looks. I need to take this plastic piece out.
This carb choke cleaner is eating like directly through the vinyl gloves. Like,
not surprised.
Yeah. Put my other thicker rubber gloves on.
Remember, guys, on the inside of this, there's a little bit of old 1960s plastic, so
Yeah, be careful. It's very brittle
yeah.
and old.
There we go. Finally got it out. So this sits like this. That's gonna. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So you have a little kind of door. Like the door needs to be put. This throttle door has to be pushed basically to the maximum open, or like a little past, for this to slide out. And if you look, the keyway is facing kind of towards the inside. So with this on the inside. Okay, so it's the second dot lines with the alignment pin. So, yeah.
All right.
Okay. That's gonna sit over here. So we're gonna go ahead and clean this all. You know, get it all kind of nice and shining. I'm gonna remove this as well, and then we're gonna go ahead and come back with this all shined up, and we're gonna show you the reassembly. All right, so we went ahead and cleaned up everything. So we're gonna kind of reassemble it the best we can from what we remember. So first I'm gonna put on, actually let's reassemble kind of like the side stuff, like all this whole corner. So first we're gonna have this new piece. It's like kind of like a cylinder with like this flat piece cut out. The flat piece kind of faces up. So you have this like little alignment hole here, goes onto this alignment pin. And then you have to open the throttle plate basically as far as it'll go. Let's slide this in. Throttle plate back. On the side you have those little alignment pins get pressed on. And then it has this little triangular piece. This has the little hole for the alignment pin. And 3 small flathead screws. We're just gonna go ahead and snug those down. They don't have to be, probably be kind of evenly tight, but you know, these are flatheads and we don't know the torque specs, so it's just a rubber gasket. Make sure they're kind of snug. They're just kind of snug when we took it off. Make sure they're. All right, now for the side part. This part is a little difficult. So we have this plastic piece that goes on. It has a slit in it, and on the back there's a little alignment pin that goes into the slot. Make sure it goes in the right place. So don't line up that piece. should kind of. Gonna be very careful with this. Okay, there we go. Let's press down all the way. Now this has this little Solex 6-volt kind of actuator thing. I think it kind of widens the spring as it gets energized to kind of adjust this. So as far as I can tell, there's these little dents from this piece. This has these little dents. So this little hook goes around this piece sticking out of the plastic. So we're gonna go ahead and put on there. As far as I can tell, it kind of sits kind of like that. I'm gonna put this with the dents face down. I put the bolts back in. Little flathead bolts, whatever. It's just this. There probably is supposed to be some sort of spacer here, but we don't really have them, so we can make these just kind of snug, not too tight, because you don't want to bend the ears on this plate, but you do want to make it decently even. All right, so that's not going anywhere. It's on there. So that whole corner is assembled now. Now right here we have, this is out of the old carb. It comes with a new one, but the new one is slightly different. But it has a kind of just regular gasket and then a crush washer. So we're gonna go ahead and thread that down in there. And there's usually a little nipple here that this goes to the fuel line.
Yeah, we're gonna put that back in later.
So this is a 14 millimeter bolt. Gonna make it snug, not too tight. Won't strip it out. Just enough to kind of give the washer a little bit of a crush without, damaging it.
Zoom in on that. Yeah, that's what that should look like.
So this upper part is pretty much kind of, or I guess this would be like the side part, like this.
Yeah, that's the top. That's the top.
Oh, this is the top. Okay, yeah. So the top is pretty much finished. So we're gonna move down to the bottom. Down here we have this kind of jet thing. It has another. Is that a crush washer? Yeah, another little crush washer. So we're gonna replace that with a new crush washer. Should fit. Make sure that's.
Should that have a gasket on it too, or?
Yeah, might as well.
I think that's the only other piece that size on there.
So bolt this down. This is another 14, I think. It might be a 13. Make this snug. Just to give the crush washer and the regular gasket just a little bit of crush. Now we could be wrong on this. It could just need one, could need both, could need just the fabric or just the crush washer. So that's gonna stay. This little, where is it? This little squirter or like kind of jet thing kind of fell out. It was right here. So this is kind of like a press fit.
Push that in, make it snug.
Push in as hard as I can. I don't even know how he got it out.
Just wiping that down with a paper towel.
So I think it goes like that. Probably. I don't know. I think that's how it was. It seems pretty stiff now. It's fine. We went ahead and cleaned this jet right here. And we went ahead and cleaned all the mating surfaces the best we could. So we're going to go ahead and put on the new gasket.
Is there not a float?
Oh, yeah, we need to put in the float. Okay. So this is the new float. Has the old bar on it, so that just sets in there. Like shit. Like that.
fits in pretty snugly.
This
As
is
well.
gonna go this way.
Yeah, that one.
It'll kind of align on this. So you can see the float through here. And then we'll go ahead and put the top on. Like this.
When should this get put on?
That gets put on last.
Alright.
That's kind of tied to some different linkage. So it has a little bit of alignment pin to it. And those will be these 5 kind of like 8 mil or 7 mil weird little flathead bolts. Again, this is one mating surface, so you're going to want to make sure they're decently tight and even as possible.
Don't forget that one.
Yeah, no, there's one in here too.
Yeah.
Just have to use the tighter, smaller screwdriver to get them started at least. Go over all the bolts, make sure they're nice and snug without being too tight. One thing I noticed that we almost forgot is there is a little, where is it? Is it right here? Little, where'd that idle screw go? Right here?
Think so? Yeah.
Idle
Is that the right one or is it the smaller one?
No, this is the right one.
Alright.
So the spring's really heavy.
And that's something you adjust while it's in the car.
Yeah, so we're just going to put it in just a few threads to make sure it just doesn't back out somehow.
Yeah.
That's probably good. Alright, so we have this plug resealed, this plug. Okay, this is all tight, so we just have this portion on the side. So this is gonna get it goes. Alright, so we're gonna set it on the side here. So we have this new piece that's gonna go like this.
And then, yeah, the spring goes over.
And then the spring goes on top, like that. And then this little piece goes directly on top like this. And this piece right here is keyed. It's kind of, or not exactly keyed, but it's kind of square. This has a square piece if you want to show that.
Yeah.
So that's going to go on that bolt just a certain way. So this is going to kind of get opened up a little bit. Now this is good. Actually, we're going to keep that off for now, so we can put this on.
This is what it looks like on a put together curb. That is the horizontal surface.
Okay. It's going to be these little 4 little flatheads. Now there's pressure on this diaphragm. That's why we're replacing it, because this rubber gets kind of old and stretched. So So you're gonna go ahead and make this a little kind of nice and snug. Again, try to do kind of a cross pattern, make them try to get as even as possible. All right, so. All right, guys, quick edit. This part right here, it has a diaphragm and a spring in it. We actually put it in kind of backwards. So we're gonna go ahead and take it apart real quick to show you what we mean. We did kind of we basically just put it in wrong, and it's gonna actually cause some damage to the diaphragm if you're not careful. Sorry, the sound might sound a little bad. We don't have any mics on right now.
And we're next to kind of a busy road, so I hear a lot of car noises.
All right, so the diaphragm actually looks like it's still in good condition. The diaphragm goes up inside of here, like this.
Oh.
And then the spring goes down below. So we had it backwards. So this is gonna go back on here.
Yeah, it's probably not recommended.
Yeah, because I noticed the throttle felt a little weird. Because like you wouldn't feel the diaphragm until like the very end. And I was like, oh, that's kind of weird, but whatever. And then we watched the video back and we noticed, oh yeah,
Yeah, during
we did that wrong.
during editing.
So this will probably just go right in the middle, right after we reassembled it. We'll show how we messed up, and then we'll just put it in right directly after. So this will kind of might cause some confusion, but we just want to make sure you guys have it correct.
Have all 4 screws?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we don't want to put out bad information.
I want to put out bad information.
As always, try to make them pretty tight, pretty even. Okay, so it's all done now. And back to the video. This should, oh yeah, this bar needs to go on here, so go ahead. This has a little spring that you're gonna be pushing against to get it on.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Put the line upside down.
Is it upside down?
No, cause
This is what it looks like on a put together carb. So that should, yeah, I think that is upside down.
oh, here we go. Yeah, okay. I was like, man, how the frick? All right, and the washer is also keyed, and then we're gonna put on the nut. This is an 11, just super weird. This doesn't need to be like super duper tight, just kind of snugged up again. You can make sure this. So that's gonna be basically your throttle's here, right? So this should be your throttle.
Yeah.
So as you
put this spring on it. From
here
to there.
from here to here?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought that was gonna be a heavy spring. All right, so yeah, you have your little. It's like a idle adjustment.
Kind of, I think it's something to do with the, like when on startup stuff.
Okay, yeah.
That's how it's supposed to be. Yeah.
All right, so it looks like as you pull on the throttle, so this gets a little bit of. This throttle plate opens, and then this pushes on the diaphragm, which then uses a vacuum to pull fuel into the bowl, and then into the bowl out of here, yeah, it goes into the engine. So that's basically finished.
Is there something that needs to be filled in that?
Nope, it's just empty.
Okay.
So that's basically how we did it. It's maybe not the most correct way. We don't have any torque specs, but we just replaced basically all the washers and gaskets and diaphragms, just to make sure this thing is kind of the best we can get it. We cleaned all the jets out. So this will go on a car at some point.
Yeah, this will probably be a spare carb, and maybe if we get a bug, we'll put this on there.
And then we'll show you testing it. So
yeah,
and possibly in a later video. So thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe. We have a lot of other VW videos, like working on them, comparing them to other VWs. We have a couple of different reviews. You can go check those out on our channel. Please stay tuned, and we'll see you next one. See you in the next one.